Good morning, Thrifty Adventurers. Laura here. It is Tuesday, January 22nd. Yesterday was Martin Luther King Jr. Day, and I was really sick. I'm sure you can still hear I have a cold, so I did not do yesterday's video, but I am here to do it today. If you're new to my channel, I am a full-time reseller. I have been for about 4 years, and then I was part-time for about 6 years prior to that, very part-time. I have 2 young kids, and I love to share my tips and tricks with our fellow resellers. Today I am going to be showing you what is going out, so what's sold from over the weekend, and going over my numbers from the whole week. So let's get started. And quick note, please subscribe below if you're new, and you can click the little bell. It'll notify you of when I put out my new videos. So let's get started. Okay, so we have first, we had a pair of gym shoes, pair of Asics gym shoes. This brand is a really good brand to look for. Normally they sell fast. This one probably sat for a month or two, which is still fine, but I can normally pick them up for about $5 when they're in good condition. You can look up the model number on the inside tab of the tongue to look up comps when you're at the store. These sold for $25. I normally sell them between $25 and $35 depending on the style. But look out for this brand. It's a good brand to look out for. Next are some Laura Ashley sheets. This was brand new. I found it at Savers. They were marked $14.99, which is kind of high, but I knew brand new and they were vintage sheets would sell well and sell fast. So I still picked them up. I had 20% off, so I spent about $13 on them. And they sold for $55 within, I'd say, a week of posting them. I probably could have held out for a little bit more, but I'm fine with that turnaround. So out the door it goes. And then next are some 2 Hart Maternity pants. So this is not something that I would normally pick up thrifting, but I did recently get an opportunity to buy a whole bunch of clothes and purses from a family friend who had an aunt who was a hoarder. A lot of the stuff was brand new with tags. These were not, but I figured I'd still post them. I probably paid, I don't know, 50 cents for these pants if I average them out. It was probably actually even cheaper. But 50 cents, I sold them for $8, and it only took a couple weeks for these to sell. Next are some Kooky Jeans. Our Kooky Jeans, my husband normally picks them up. They do really well for us. They normally sell pretty fast, especially the bigger sizes. These had the nice big embroidered stitched pockets, and they actually had a tiny little hole in the back pocket, which I did disclose in picture, of course. So I did list them a little bit lower than I normally would have. I would normally list these for $35 to $40. These ended up selling for $26.95, my full asking price, and they sold within just a few days of me posting them. Next was a Monopoly Mega board game. So some Monopolies will still do well for you. There's like, couldn't even tell you how many versions of Monopoly are. There are so many. So always look them up because some don't do well. But the Monopoly Mega, I got it for $2 at Salvation Army, and it sold within a couple weeks for $20.46. I put it in 2 big priority boxes. I do have a video on my channel of how I ship board games if you want to see that. I do not use that large flat rate game board box. It's too expensive for board games to ship with that. It's not worth it. Next was a McDonald's toy. So this was just an ice cream soft serve toy. It was not with the accessories. It was from the 90s. 90s McDonald's toys will sell well and sell fast. Any type of toys. So make sure you are looking out for those. This sold within a week for $18.82. Next, Bozo The Clown Grand Pies game. I loved this show when I was a kid. Who else watched this show? Oh my gosh, I watched it every morning before school, and I got to watch the grand prize game. I'm so upset that the kids don't get to see that, but it was such a fun game. So this was something they came up with. It's like a reproduction of the old game, so it's not really technically vintage. It's just a repop of that game. So I got it for $5 at Goodwill, and it sold within just a couple days for $27.99. I probably could have gotten a little bit more for it. Once again, I am okay with the couple dollars extra that I could have gotten. I'd rather just get it out of the house and take that offer, so I am good with that. Next, you got to think about the side note. You got to think about that when you're getting offers. If you have best offer on your items, is it better to hold out for $5 extra, or is it better to take that less offer and then just be able to have those funds to buy something else? So I learned that kind of at Ecom Chicago. Somebody talked about that, and they had two examples. The one person took the little bit lower offer, and they were able to take that money and flip it into other things and flip it into other things, so they were able to make so much more than that person that held out an extra month or extra few weeks for that extra $5. So you got to think about that when you're getting these offers. It's not always a good thing to do, but sometimes it's best to just take a little bit lower of an offer. Next, Betty Boop. This was a Betty Boop fanny pack. I got this at an auction. It was brand new with its tags. Betty Boop items do sell well for me, but they don't sell for like crazy high dollar, but they sell consistently for me. So I always try to pick them up if they're cheap. So this I got for about $3 at the auction, and it sold for $22. Next was a Dwarf Snow White the Seven Dwarf scrub top. I really don't buy scrub tops anymore. The profit margin in them just is gone down tremendously. So I really don't. Excuse me, I'm going to sneeze. Or I think I'm going to sneeze. Sorry. But the profit margin just isn't there for me anymore. So I don't really pick them up. So I'm happy to get these gone. So I got an offer. We went back and forth a little bit, and we ended up on $13. So I don't normally spend more than $2-3 on the item. So I still made money, but I'm happy to get these scrub tops out the door. Next was a Joe Aloha Shirt. This is a brand by Rain Spooner, which is one that you want to know. Rain Spooner is R-E-Y-N and then Spooner. And it is a great brand to find. This I found at a thrift store by me. For $2, I found a whole bunch of them. I think this is about the third one I've sold, and this one sold for $25. Next is a Betty Boop purse. This was one I just got at Savers for a couple dollars. I have held on to it for a couple months, but it did finally sell for $16.36. And then last was a Poshmark item. This is a Braciano bag. I've never heard of this brand. This was also one of the purses I got from my family friend's aunt. So it was brand new with its tags. I probably spent 50 cents to $1 on it, and it sold for $20 the same day I listed it. So that was a nice Posh sale for me there. But that is it for all of my sales there. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you learned some new brands and things to look out for. I will be trying to do a come thrifting with me video on Thursday, so we'll go ahead and do that. And I hope to see you guys soon. Have a great day. Happy sales, and go have yourself a thrifty adventure. Bye-bye.